When I've been waiting 2 years to play a game, you know it's good. What game? Find out in Kylie's Pick of the Week. Hey everyone, it's Kylie here at Games Unlimited. I just got back from Gamma Expo in Reno, Nevada, and I got a chance to play a game I've been waiting 2 years to play again. So last Gamma Expo was just before the pandemic. That was back in March of 2020. I got to play a game called Super Fantasy Brawl. I've been waiting for that game for the intervening 2 years. They've actually done a whole second Kickstarter in that time. Obviously, production delays, shipping delays, all sorts of things have caused it to be a bit later than anticipated. But when I got to Reno and saw that Mythic Games was back with Super Fantasy Brawl, I said, first of all, I need to sit down and play this again. Second, when are we going to be able to get copies? So, this is not the sort of game that would normally be inside my personal wheelhouse. It's ostensibly an arena-style tactical miniatures game. So you're going to pick 3 characters. They're huge, gorgeous characters, and you're going to put them in this arena combat grid, and you're going to attack each other, and you're going to try to control certain objectives in order to get points. What makes this different? I actually had a fellow retailer at Expo say, what's so different about this game? It doesn't seem like it's any different than other tactical miniatures games like the Warhammer games and things like that. To me, this doesn't feel like a tactical minis game. It feels like a board game. And what really does it is the fact that on your turn, you have 3 actions. You get to take a red, a yellow, and a blue action. That's it. So there's not a lot of having to think about, well, what do I want all of my troops to do? How do I want to move on this side of the map, that side of the map? You just think about 3 actions, and those actions aren't necessarily going to be 3 different characters. Depending on what you have in your hand and what you want to do, you can activate the same person 3 times, and that's your turn. But it's super tactical because you have to look at the board state and decide, what am I going for this turn? One of the ways you can get points is to knock out an opposing character. You knock them out of the arena, you get a point. They're going to be able to come back next turn, so it's not like they're gone for good. But that's one way to get points. It's not the most efficient way to get points, though. There are these objectives that are on a sort of a sliding conveyor belt-like mechanism at the top of the game board. So these objectives start off not worth any points, but you know it's coming. You can plan for it. Then, next round, it's going to move up and be worth a point. If someone achieves that objective, they get a point. Then it moves up and it's going to be worth 2 points, and then 2 points again. But if no one has achieved the objective by then, it's going to go down to be worth a single point again, and then worth nothing. So you're looking at what the objectives are out there, ideally trying to time it so you can score that objective when it's worth 2 points. Once it's scored, it goes away. It can only be scored once. And these are objectives like having more of your people around a certain statue. There are 3 statues in the middle of the playing area than another player. Or having people in your deployment zone on your side of the board and in the opponent's deployment zone. Having 2 people leveled up. If you knock someone out, you actually level up your character to their more powerful side. So each round, you're sort of looking, what do I need to do? How do I get in position to achieve these objectives? But you can only achieve them at the start of your turn. So your opponent is going to have a round to try to stop you. And that's where so many of the cards in the game are important, because they're going to allow you to push people, shift people, pull people away, try to get them off of the spaces that they're trying to be on, because that's how they're going to score objectives. So I mentioned you have 3 options, a red, a yellow, and a blue. There are some standard objectives or standard actions that you can take, like move and heal a point of damage, move and do a point of damage. But the cards in your hand are also color-coded. So you have to use your red action to play a red card. And those cards are also linked to a specific character. I mentioned you have 3 characters. You're going to get to custom build your team out of all the characters in the game. You pick 3, that's your team. Each character has 6 cards, so you shuffle the 6 cards of each of the 3 characters you have for an 18-card deck. You're going to draw cards. But if I play this red card that has a specific character on it, I can only activate that character with that card. That's something unique to that character. Maybe they get to teleport to a different part of the room because they're a mage. Or maybe they're the big undead pirate and can like throw his anchor and pull you back towards him. All of those are unique to that specific character. So you're really looking at your hand and saying, what can I do this turn that's going to help me either set up to get points on my next turn or stop them because they're already set up to get points. Or of course you can just beat the pants off the other people and get a point that way. I love the customization. I really like games. I feel like Smash Up kind of started this genre where you choose a few decks and you smash them all together, and you're going to have a custom deck that's going to play radically different depending on what characters are in there. How are they going to be able to effectively help each other? There are characters that are very support. They're going to allow another one of their allies to get bonus damage. So hopefully I can play that on the character that gets to do a lot of damage and maybe double that damage because they have a special ability that lets them double damage, things like that. It's so much fun, and it plays super quick. A 2-player game is about a half an hour, very quick back and forth. There's rules for a team mode. We are going to have this in with a ton of expansions. There are expansions that add 3 more characters to the game, so there's tons of characters. I'm so excited. I've played this game half a dozen times already since I got back from Expo, and I just want to play more of it and explore more of it. That's Super Fantasy Brawl. Come on down, check it out, pick up a copy, take it home, and unbox some fun.